All right, Shalom. First off, I want to start off by saying all praises, honor, and glory due unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakal Kadash. That's all praises to who will the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ. The true names in the Hebrew is Yahweh for the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai for his beloved Son. Those are the true names of the Lord. I also want to say double honor to elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the hopeful elect, preaching this truth and believing the truth and abiding by the scriptures in all truth and sincerity. I'm the brother Tazabah in the Great Millstone, Arizona Camp, Lord Will, with another video to edify. And I wanted to go into this thing of, trusting this devil, man. Because it's just a fact, man. A lot of our people, like the scriptures say, my people, and let me grab it, man. Hosea 4 and 6, it says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, And that's the problem, man. Our people will not go into things and dig deep into things, and they'll take word as face value and they'll look nothing up. And what it causes them to be destroyed, man. And this is like in every avenue of an Israelite's life in this kingdom, man. Here it is. They'll take somebody's face value on what a law is, go out there and get hemmed up. Here it is. They'll take somebody's word on what a face value is, on what the scriptures is supposed to be, and they'll end up sinning against the Most High. And in this time, man, a lot of our people, the scriptures say, that Satan's gonna try to deceive even the very elect. So the so-called white man is gonna sit here and try to deceive even the very elect to make them believe in his plan and his plot. But the elect, as the scriptures say, when Yahweh Shai was on this, he said, my sheep, meaning my servants, hear my voice and follow me. Another will they not follow. So if you're a true person that believes in Yahweh Hashem Shai, you're going to believe and follow his word and his word alone, no matter what. But of a lot of our people, because they have a lack of knowledge and understanding in things, they'll sit here and carry on and get destroyed. And this is just a true blanketed statement, especially for Israel, man. The scriptures tell you, my people is foolish, they have not known me. So Jake is really simple. It says, because thou hast rejected knowledge, and this is what our people do, man. They reject the knowledge of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai first and foremost. They'll reject anything that causes them to stand on a grounds of holding firm in integrity, to sit here and wait and depend and trust on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So they reject true knowledge. It says, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, or of thy God. I will also forget thy children. You see, and in these last days, a lot of people are going to forget, even people that once believed that they were Israelites or currently believe they're Israelites, they're going to start, sad to say, they're going to start sitting there pushing the truth away. We understand that this is the course that the Lord is going to set up, because it says, and then shall be known who are my servants, man. So when shit starts getting hot and heavy, and Esau's plan all stems around depopulation, man. When you go into the Georgia Guidestones, and you can look that up, man. The first and number one commandment on the Georgia Guidestones, which this is Esau's 10 commandments, man. Israel had the 10 commandments, and Esau had their commandments, man. And his first commandment on the Georgia Guidestones, and the reason why they set it in stone is so it could be never changing, was to bring the global population down to 500 million. And they say it's in perfect balance with nature, which is a lie. You know? So our people are going to forget the law of the Lord, which leads to life. And when this vaccine, which is against the scriptures, you're not supposed to put anything like that in you. And I'm going to play a video from the godfather of vaccines himself, sitting there telling you what's in it. You know? Sitting there telling you what's in it. We were never made to sit here and have things of that nature put in it. And there's stuff in this that'll go over, you know, the normal person's head, where it's bringing out certain stuff in this. You know, where you'll skip over it and you won't understand it. And I'm going to break it down for you. Lord will. Because our people, man, it's like you need a constant reminder of what's right and what's wrong. And it's like you cannot come to that conclusion yourself when information is just provided you. So the Lord sat there and set up prophets and men that believed that he would work with to give you the warning. You know, you can read that in, I think that's Ezekiel the 33rd chapter or the 30th chapter. You know, we have to give you warning for the Lord. So this is the video of the godfather of vaccines himself, the man that got it all popping, you know. And I forget how many, I think the vaccines, the vaccine schedule to this date for children is, what is it called? The vaccine schedule to this date for children is something like, it's between the mid 20s and the low 40s of how many vaccines children have to get now. That's fucking terrible, man. And this devil, he's gonna use this as a means to push that mark of the beast, man. And a lot of our people, because they want to live comfortably and they don't want to go through anything, and they don't want to sit here and lose things in this world, they're gonna sit here and take that chip as quickly as they take this vaccine, because they're going to sit here and say you cannot go out and walk around and live a normal life as you did before all these shutdowns, man. But that's why the scripture tells us, he that overcometh and keep my works to the end, to the same shall I give power over the nations, man. And you'll be saved. Repeat this video.
Do any of the vaccines on the childhood schedule contain monkey kidney cells?
Well, the polio vaccine does.
Are you aware of any simian, monkey, viruses, meaning viruses that come from primates, that contaminated polio vaccines and infected individuals receiving the polio vaccine?
Yes, SV40.
Okay.
So he just asked them, do any of these vaccines have any monkey DNA serum in them? He said, yeah. Then he asked, do you know of any simian or monkey viruses that were found present in these vaccines that ordinary people contracted? He said, yes, SV40. Right?
What does SV40 stand for?
Simian virus 40.
Okay, and was it the 40th simian virus found? Is that
Yes.
why it's called? Are you aware of any virus from any animal other than simian or bovine that is in any vaccine?
And bovine means cattle.
Yes, there's a pig virus present in one of the rotavirus vaccines.
So there's pig cells used in these vaccines as well, which the scriptures tell you about the swine. That's one of the few animals that the Lord said, you shall not even touch the carcass of it.
Virus.
Do any of the vaccines in the childhood vaccine schedule contain blood serum from calves or other bovines?
Calves.
Now, didn't the scriptures tell you thou shalt not eat or drink of any blood, for the life is in the blood? But they're sitting here using blood serums in these vaccines. So that's another strike against taking these.
Serum is removed before the vaccine is used because you don't want to sensitize the vaccinee to cows.
Now, he told you just now that, yes, we use cow blood serum in these vaccines. Then the guy asked him, then Stanley Plotkin, the godfather of vaccines himself, sits there and says that you must remove all the blood from the vaccine before it's administered, or the person that gets this vaccine can develop a sensitivity to beef, to anything with beef in it. That means anything that comes from the cow, even Jell-O. Some Jell-Os use gelatin from cattle.
What is this?
Vaccine excipient and media summary.
Can you go to Kinrix on the first page?
Yes.
DTaP IPV. Do you see in the third line down, it says calf serum? Do any vaccines on the childhood schedule contain embryonic guinea pig cell cultures?
Varicella vaccine was...
Now, just before that, right, he said, do you see on this vaccine that it says calf serum in the ingredients? Meaning that those things were never taken out. So a lot of people do have adverse reactions to beef. Anything from cows. That means anything from dairy, anything from, certain type of collagens, certain kinds of gelatins, certain medications. They use this in it. And this is why people end up having all these adverse reactions. And he just said that because if you did not take out that blood serum from that cattle, it would cause these people's negative reactions.
Passage in guinea pig cells.
Do you know if any vaccines contain cow's milk in it? Derived from cow's milk?
It could be, casein, for example, could be.
If there was casein in the vaccine, a child could become sensitized to that, correct?
Look, he already covered that a child can become sensitized to something that had cow blood serum in it. Then he asked him if a child received a vaccine that had any cow milk cells in it, could he not become let me rewind it a little bit.
Derived from
it could be casein, for example.
Casein is the vaccine that has the cow's milk.
Could be.
If there was casein in the vaccine, a child could become sensitized to that.
And he said a child can become sensitized to any vaccine that has cow's milk in it. Hence, you have an extremely high population of people with that are lactose intolerant. Because there's all in these vaccines that are on these delivery schedules for these children, affecting them long in the future.
Correct?
Well, I'm not sure about that.
You're not sure any more about that? Do any vaccines contain egg protein?
Yes, influenza.
Do any vaccines contain gelatin from pigs?
Yes.
So that's another strike on taking the vaccines, man. Gelatin from pigs. This is why the scriptures call him the son of perdition, who exalted himself above all that is called the Most High. This is that guy. Because here it is, the Lord had a proper way. The scriptures tell you the Lord has made medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. But you have this devil get up here and say, I have this vaccine with pig's blood, monkey's blood, milk, cow's milk, pork gelatin, all in it for you. And this is to protect your health. That's not how the Lord said to build it up, man. The Lord made the body, so don't you think he has the best say-so of how to take care of it? And it's all written in the scriptures.
Do any vaccines on the childhood vaccine schedule contain human albumin?
Oh, yes.
And what is human albumin?
Human albumin is part of human serum. It's part of the blood that is liquid.
None of it.
See, human albumin, human blood. Do any of these vaccines contain human blood? Now, if you go into the full 3-hour deposition of this whole thing, this 3-hour thing where he was under oath and had to admit everything to these vaccines, he says there he's questioned on how they obtain this human albumin or this human blood serum for this. And it was a lot of women that were in mental psych wards that had children with birth defects, that were children of rape, or they had abortions within those clinics, and they used the aborted fetal cells from the mentally ill woman already for these vaccines, or they used the cells from the woman herself that was already mentally disturbed.
Remains in the final product.
I don't believe so, no.
Because that could be problematic, right?
Now he asked him if there's any human albumin in any of these vaccines, and he said no, but they use it to make the vaccine. Then he asked him if there was, could that not be potentially harmful? Why? Because now you have a foreign blood entity from another person in your body, and the body creates antibodies, because the whole idea behind vaccines is you produce something in the body that has the virus and it attacks it. Now, if you produce a foreign substance in the body with the aluminum that attaches to the blood cell, then the body can create antibodies to fight against your own tissue. Hence, you have things like nerve. I forget the nerve disorder that they had for the H1N1 or the swine flu vaccine, where people's bodies started attacking their own nervous system. You know? So this is why we tell people not to trust this devil. This is why we tell you not to take this devil's vaccines, his mark of the beast. Nothing that this guy does can help you. This is Sirach 12:10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So like as iron rust is talking about, if you and I have a cast iron pan. If you take a piece of iron or an iron skillet or anything with iron in it, you let it get wet and you let that stuff dry up, you can be sure as hell that no matter what, it's going to start to rust. So just as sure as you are that iron rusts, so is this guy's wickedness going to pop up. That's why the scriptures tell you not to trust the wicked. And we all agree that Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is the devil that the Bible speaks of. He's the main murderer. He's the main pedophile. He's the main thief. This guy is the main liar in the earth. He's hurt billions of people, but there are people that call themselves Israelites and Jake out there in general that will trust this devil. You have something called the Tuskegee syphilis experiments, where they sat there and gave hundreds of men syphilis and did not treat them, which was supposed to go on for 6 months. And this was covert. They never told anybody that was part of the study that they were part of the study, and it ended up going on for 40 years. Syphilis actually devours the brain left untreated. So a lot of those people went mad. You know? You got a program like Agent Orange where they drop down these chemicals in Vietnam. I believe it's Vietnam. And a lot of these babies to this day are being born in that area with birth defects. I'm talking to the point where their bones grow in S shapes. Their mouths open up sideways. One eye is all the way by the ear. This is the devil, and you're going to take a vaccine from this devil. You know, it's not smart, man. It says, verse 11, it says, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. So though this man, your enemy, will humble himself and he'll act like he's here for your benefit, we have to get these like they said on the news. We have to get these vaccines, internet. You know, they're gonna sit here and try to spin the mark of the beast to be beneficial too. And they're gonna sit here and market it to who first? You Israelites. Because you're the target. You're the enemy. You're the top enemy for these devils, man. They're going to market it to you first. And they're going to sit here and say, we got to get it to you because you're the one that's most affected. You know? So though he go about crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. So the Lord's saying, hey, man, watch out for this dude. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust had not been altogether taken away. So even when this guy tries to sit here, humble himself, act like he's good, if you sit here and take good heed, you're going to be like if you look towards your mirror or your window and it had caked on dirt and you wiped it off and you were really able to see what he was doing behind it. Because you're not supposed to trust your enemy, man. And this guy is obviously an enemy, man. Here it is. He's making vaccines with human cells in it. Knowing dang well if they do not take all those human cells out, which that takes time. That takes time to build up a process of how to actually fully extract all the human albumin or any type of other blood cells that they use or any type of other stem cells that they use for any other animal or mammal vaccine that they put in these vaccines. It takes years for them to get to the point to take those numbers down. But our people are going to sit here and take it. And what? When your body gets it, if all that human blood that they use in this vaccine, because what? They wanted to sit here and see who was immune to it so they can get pieces of their blood to put in the vaccine because they had the antibodies. That's a human albumin. So now they have your blood in the vaccine or another person's blood in the vaccine. They inject it into you now. And they didn't remove all the blood. So now here it is. Your body's going to make antibodies that are going to attack your own flesh. And that's what happens. This is what happens when you put a foreign substance into your body. The body is created to protect and attack that foreign substance. You know? So the scriptures tell you, trust not your enemy. The scriptures tell you who your enemy is. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. And that word Egypt means bondage. You can go into other scriptures and it tells you, the Lord said himself, did I not bring thee out of Egypt, out of the house of bondage? It says, again with ships, it says, and we came into bondage again through ships. Even who you call the so-called Mexicans, the so-called Latinos, they went into bondage with ships. They were the first ones to go into slave ships. Because when Christopher Columbus came over to the New World, Judah wasn't over here. It was Issachar that was over here. You so-called Latinos, you Mexicans that were over here. All you Latin tribes. And he took y'all, put you in the ships, and sailed your ass away to Europe. So there's a lot of so-called Mexicans that are true Israelites in Europe right now under that, man. So yeah, y'all went into slave ships too. It says, and by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye should be sold unto your enemies. For bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. And that word buy means to redeem. And when you go into the law, if your brother sells himself into slavery because he's in a debt, The law says you're supposed to redeem that man and buy him back out of slavery. So he's not under the enemy. So he's not a slave. You know? So this is the enemy that we have. This is the guy that we're not supposed to trust. You see? And this is a whole scheme that this devil made up, man. This is Psalms 37 and 12. It says, the wicked plot against the just and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. So this devil's plan was this from the beginning. He's real shrewd. He's real calculative, manipulative. He'll sit here and say a lie 1,000 times and play it all day on TV. What you think is news of the day. And he'll play it over and over and over again until you believe the lie. And that's what he's doing. It says, Yahweh shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn out a sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy. And their bow and their sword is going to be part of this. This devil has many swords, man. He has many tools to kill. The scriptures tell you the Lord gave the sword into the hand of the slayer, and he bare it not in vain, man. So this guy has a death instrument for everything, and he's not swinging it for nothing. It says to cast down the poor and needy, to slay such as be of upright conversation. Their swords shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. So the Lord is going to stand up against this, man. But Jay, you can't sit here and be simple and trust this, man. Remember, at the end of the day, this guy's still the devil. At the end of the day, he is still the devil, man. You know, at the end of the day, this guy is still the devil. And why would you trust a devil? Let me get this other scripture. It just hit my mind, man. Why would you trust a devil to give you anything to put into you? Salaki, let me find this. Yeah, this is Proverbs 12 and 10. A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast. So a righteous man will sit here and care about the state of the world. Will care about the animals in nature. Will care about these things. Will care about the people. Because the people are for his benefit. You know? But the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. And this is his tender mercy. There's a virus out there that's killing lots of people. It's called the Rona. It's called La Llorona. And it's killing everybody. So we're going to make a vaccine. And we're going to call this Operation Warp Speed. Which everybody is sitting here, all these virologists sit here and say that it takes years to make a vaccine. But this guy is cooking this shit up in months, mere months. They're sitting there saying Russia's already got their vaccine ready to go. The U.S. is sitting there saying that they'll have theirs ready to go by October. And watch, a lot of people that go out and get this, they're going to fall ill. They're going to fall ill. So Lord willing, this is edifying, man. Hey, do not trust this devil. The things that he says are beneficial for you. Trust in Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, man. That's your true hope. That's your true salvation. That's where your health comes from. That's where your health comes from. Not from this devil and what he cooks up. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. That's what the scriptures say. We will wait on the Lord. So Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to say, call halal Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, by Shem Rakar Kadash. Double honors to elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to all you men, women, and children out there that believe. May the Lord be with you. Shalom.